Alright, this is the part I forgot to talk about. Now mind you, this is probably going to be a 20-minute video. I don't expect you to watch it all. Probably around the 13-minute mark is when I stop talking about school. In case you want to skip to that. Probably around the 13-minute mark. Let's talk about today, in the morning. So, I was riding to work, everything was normal, no surprise, I was riding to work, and I noticed, actually it happened so fast I didn't even really notice. There was this guy, it was 3 lanes, and this guy in a Corolla was driving, indicated, pulled off, nothing wrong, and when he was doing that, this guy just went into him, and took him out, and I don't remember seeing any other car crashes in my life. I know I was in one, but I don't remember seeing one. I don't know. But I was like, whoa! That's my reaction. You'll probably see, it will be uploaded straight before this. But yeah, that was a surprising wake up to the morning. I was like, holy shit, I just witnessed that. Did you see that? You know, so I showed a couple teachers and a couple people and sent it to a couple people. You might be able to tell at the end of the video if you watch. I did pull over, I indicated and pulled over and stopped my vehicle. It's sort of hard to tell if you don't watch the whole thing. It's like the whole 9-10 minute video, which I didn't upload to YouTube. And, yeah, I did stop. Since they were all Indians, straight away they were talking another language. Like, blah, 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 blah. And I just said to him, "You good?" He goes, "Good." And I said, "Good?" He goes, "Good." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I got camera. Who wants it?" You know? And they went, "I want camera." And that guy didn't say anything actually. And I said, "You want camera?" And he goes, "I'll get camera from him." I'm like, huh. Alright. So when I went to work, I quickly transferred the video, uploaded it, put it onto an email/YouTube because it was a large document, so I couldn't like upload it. But yeah, that happened. Yeah, so yeah, watch that. Well, you would have watched it to get to here, so yeah. Peace. Good night. Oh, alright. I'm in the shed. So I'm trying to stay warm, but let's talk about today. Because wow, today was all kinds of emotions. Fucking hell. But let's start off with yesterday to get the story straight. So I have... Oh, actually... So Scott was not at work yesterday, and Kerry said, "Bosco, when you leave at 1600, you need to lock the school gates." And I said, yeah, that's no problem. I didn't think anything of it. Anyway, fast forward, it got to 1600, and I noticed there were like 8 cars. Long story short, I thought, oh shit, what can I do? I don't want to lock gates because the teachers are still here. So I sent out an email to the school, which in my opinion, and everyone else's opinion I've talked to, is perfectly fine. I wrote that, I don't remember what it was. It was basically, I need to shut the gates at 1600. I will wait an extra 10 minutes, alright? If your car is still in here, there's a possibility you'll get locked in. If you are locked in, I wrote something like, "It's not my problem." I wrote it better than that, but that's basically what I wrote. Anyway, Hazel ended up coming to me that day and said, "Don't worry, I got your email, but there's still people here, I'll lock up." So everything was all good, everything was all easy. Didn't think anything of it. Today came around, it was pretty good, I got to work. Me and Taryn were actually working as a pretty good team, knocking out jobs one by one, actually doing a solid, decent job. Anyway, I got a phone call from Scott. I started to... Actually, it wasn't even a phone call at first, it was a text. And he's like, "So what's the deal with this email?" I said, "What do you mean?" I said, Talking about yesterday's email, I said I was just trying to, you know, be the nice guy. And he's like, no. He goes, look, you shouldn't be contacting, you shouldn't be emailing. It's just something you don't need to do. I don't know what words he used exactly, but it was like, what did he say? He said, I've got all the text messages, but I'm not going to read them out. It's real personal, but it's not that it changes anything. But he basically implied, you leave at 4. Not 4:10, at 4. Whatever happens after 4 is not your problem. And his solution was to just, if there's cars, to leave it open. That was his solution. He said, it's not your problem. If teachers need to leave and there's cars in the premises, just leave. Leave the gate open. And then this was a bit of a conversation, and it started to get me a little bit panicky and worked up. And I said, it's a catch-22. Either I piss Kerry off because I left the gate open because she specifically told me to shut it, or I piss the teachers off, which I don't want to piss any teachers off. Alright, I just don't want to piss any teachers off. I feel like as a groundskeeper, I don't need to piss teachers off. Alright? Anyway, I told him that, you know, and I told him, it's a catch-22. Either way, I'm the bad guy. And he's persistent. It's not your problem, and then we had a very good blunt talk about, you know, the way I work and how I can get panicky, and he's like, you need to stop doing that, which is a very valid thing, but I won't get into that. But he's like, look, you're my best worker, but sometimes you do have flaws, you know what I mean, which is fair, and he knows that, and he knows that's fair, but he's just like, when you lock off at 4, that's it. And he's like, that's what I've told him. Like, I like this job because I don't bring it home with me, unlike other people. I finish work, boom, that's it. My day's done. I can go home, do whatever I want, do whatever I want, with whom I want. My day's over. About teachers. Oh, I'm recording this on the wrong SD card. Ah, shit. Whatever. Anyway, so it's like, hang on, I gotta fix that. Well, I'm very disappointed in myself. I tried to keep my 512 gigabyte SD card safe by putting it in my helmet, but I never wanted to put it in my helmet because then it would record and possibly overwrite my phone memory. So I left it slightly in my helmet, and it looks like it's fallen out. That's alright, I backed everything up. I've got like 14,000 documents backed up, so it's alright. I think I just need to buy a new stick and... Fuck. Anyway, let's get back to the conversation. Anyway, I just felt like there was no right. No matter what I did, it was a wrong. And I feel like he knew that. He said, yeah, it sucks. He's like, if you leave it open, you got to piss Kerry off. Anyway, after I was panicking and had this conversation, and it was a true blunt conversation at one point, because I said, look, let's be blunt about this, let's talk man to man, and we both did. And it was a fine conversation. It got me a little bit, I guess, down, but it was fine. It needed to be said. Things needed to be talked about. It was fine. My work day was fine. It was just a little bit lower after that. And I think he knew that, but whatever. We had to talk about it. Anyway, so that conversation was done. So then I just asked Kerry. I was like, Kerry, what do you think about this? And I said, please don't contact Scott that I sent you this, or I'm complaining about him. Because sometimes I do something instantly going in. And she said, no, she goes, you're all good. She goes, I'm 100% on your side. I was like, awesome. And I didn't explain the whole scenario, but Hazel was also on my side, which is good. So the two leaders were on my side. The only one that wasn't on my side, which is really strange because it's usually flipped. Oh, not really. Kerry's alright to me, but it's usually flipped a little bit more Scott's way. So Scott would always be on my side, but this was completely reversed. That's what got me a bit worried, because I don't mind pissing Scott off, because we're good, we're close, we're friends, we're good. Kerry, I wouldn't say we're friends, so I don't need to put any pissed off Kerry. I don't need to piss her off because we're not friends, we're not that close. I don't need to piss her off. Where I could piss guys off and get a little bit away with it. Mind you, he's got some holiday, by the way. So, he doesn't really need this headache. And I'd definitely probably give him a headache once or twice. But, not as bad as the other two boys, Taryn and Danny. You know, he doesn't need a third headache. Again, I'm putting myself down. The point is, it was a catch-22. I was going to lose anyway. And I was just trying to do what Kerry told me to, and he didn't approve. Anyway, I needed a fucking drink after that. Oh, what else did I do at school? After that, I don't know. I just potted along, did more. Oh, for the first time, I went into the staff room and actually socialised with the staff at the staff room, having some hot chips. I talked to a bloke that was, don't know his name, but he was doing all the time. Oh, how did I forget about? Oh, I'm gonna have to do the car crash on a separate video. Gotta remind myself. Yeah. So we talked about he does all the timetables or something. I'm not sure. He seemed alright though. He seemed alright, you know. Yeah, he had a good little chat. He's into flight simulating and stuff. Also talked to the librarian for like the first time, or that might have been yesterday, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, actually, come to think of it, because of today's stress. It was probably yesterday, I think. I talked to the librarian for the first time. He seemed alright. He did seem a little bit, still a little bit pushy away. But he's alright. He's alright. I don't think anything else happened. I did have the hot chips with the staff room, which was nice. We probably spent half an hour to 45 minutes in that staff room, which was quite a long break because we already had a lunch break by that time. So, yeah. Anyway, I needed a fucking drink after today. So, like I usually do, I usually go to the pub. So I went to the pub, but this time I went to the pub. So I went to the pub and had a drink, and I actually invited my dad and anything. We just drank a little bit. I had a Coke, I had 2 Cokes, and he had a rum and Coke. Yeah, but it was nice. It was nice. Modbury pub, it's always nice. And at this time, actually before this time, before I knocked off work, I said to oh, this is an unlisted video, it doesn't matter. I said to Jamie, I said, I need a drink. I said, I really need a fucking drink. I said, let's go to the pub. And I don't know if he needed a drink at this specific time, but let's just say he needed a drink as well. He needed to just get out of the house and just relax, I guess. We both needed a drink. It was really nice. So me and him caught up. He's a good bloody bloke. Hello, by the way. I know you're probably watching this. If you made it 3 to 10 minutes, fucking hell. Oh, actually more, because I'm going to have to do the crash. Anyway, yeah, it was great. We caught up. We had some food. Beautiful garlic bread. Oh, great. Really nice. We talked. We gossiped about general work stuff. I try and not bring work up to dates or friend outings or family outings or any outings, really. But I had to tell someone who knew, and he knows Scott, he knows Kerry, he knows Danny. So yeah, he was pretty on the ball. He's like, just breathe. He's like, it's all done. He goes, by the sounds of the story, which I didn't actually get, like, I mean, I think I got through all of it, but at the point of the time, he could definitely tell that there was nothing really wrong. I was fine. I was in the right. I was trying to just, like, he's just like, just calm down. I was like, yeah, all right. It was good. I just talked and he listened and he tried to calm me down. Yeah, but he also had a few hiccups at home, so I think he needed to come out too. We went for a bloody good walk around the lakes, because we got Mawson Lakes. Lakes. I didn't really think about that. 3 of them, apparently. And he told me all about cruises, which was nice, because, not the alcohol kind. I've never been on a cruise. I'm tempted to think about being on a cruise, but this sounded alright, so maybe I might consider it for like when me and my mate go on our yearly holiday. Well, we try and make it yearly. I think I covered everything. Car crash. Scott giving me a panic attack. Well, not really, but making me panic. Liberian fish and chips. General gossip and talk with Jamie. Nice walk with Jamie. Cruise, talk with Jamie. And home. It's been a bloody good day. Look, like I said, every day's a good day. There's always a positive, alright? If I'm watching this, obviously, eventually I will. Every day's a good day. Never a bad day. Work was not a good day. Up, Jamie. Bloody great day. Made my day. It was good. It was good. I needed it. I needed to talk to someone. I needed the walk. I needed the fresh air. It's good. It was good, you know? I needed it. So, that was the highlight of today. Thank you, Jamie. You made my night. You really did. No bullshit. I'm gonna go inside of this chaotic house. And honestly, probably go to bed. Brush my teeth with this. Oh, it was funny. It was funny. We were talking about uni and college and education and stuff like that. By the way, Jamie was a fucking... So I remember. Jamie was a fucking concreter, like, back in the day, like 13 years old. He said that he went to uni or something. I don't remember. He said he went to uni to learn. And I said, you don't need to go to uni to become a home ec teacher. just as a friendly joke. I hope I didn't cross any lines. Just a friendly little jab, jab, jab. I thought I was funny. He had a laugh. I'm pretty sure he took it as a joke. But I thought that was funny. No, he's a good bloke. He's a good bloke. Well, since you're probably watching this video, here's my shed. There's my baby. There's my father's car. And here's all our hobbies. Mostly woodwork. Yeah. I love this. This is my area. Oh, this is our area. Me and Dad. Anyway, peace.